Alright, here's a small video again. I just thought, is Calculate Linux for newbies or newbie friendly? And I would say yes, it is so. Thank you very much for watching. This was a video. Okay, it wasn't yet. But I would actually even install it on my wife's laptop. And that means something, because if something would go wrong with the laptop of my wife, if I install Calculate Linux, I will never stop hearing about it. So, just to give you an idea, so if I would do this, that means a lot. Would I put Arch on her laptop? Nope. I mean, both are bleeding edge, but I must say I'm not using Emerge to update Calculate Linux. Also, so I just use their tool, right? So if you go here for update, they have the little updater, Calculate Linux update. Because I would like to stay with what they do. They actually do a really good job. I've just updated here, so that's why there's nothing left to do. There usually is a little symbol popping up here, like in any other distribution. They have updater, so it has Calculate Linux. In my opinion, it's very newbie friendly, because there is no difference. If you can run Ubuntu, then you can run Calculate Linux. And in my opinion, Calculate Linux, I'm very fussy with my privacy. I know most people just write it away and install Windows 10, the perfect spying system. I totally disagree. I don't want to have anybody spying on me. Not that I have anything to hide, but I don't live in a glass house, and I don't want anybody or everybody coming in my house, open all my drawers. What the heck is wrong with the world? Who or how come that all companies nowadays think they have the right to spy on people? And how come they go away for free? But that wasn't the subject. I just get always carried away because I'm outraged what I see in this world. It is unbelievable what is going on. It is really unbelievable. So I need some nature here to relax properly. Yeah, so there is still a God, and He's watching all of us, and I'm pretty happy and glad about it. However, so newbie friendly. The thing is, I have to say even something about the Calculate community. When I got to Calculate Linux some time ago and I run it, before I run it, so I had some little problems, and I came on pretty strong on the forum, because when I'm really mad, I might be doing people injustice, and I come on very strong. Just as a hint, Debian forum, there are some trolls that troll you say something to the troll, you get banned. So I'm banned, and I have absolutely zero interest in Debian vanilla anymore, ever again. If they support their trolls, go for it. Just stay, be the elite, be the master race, like, you know, just not worth talking about. And I had the same strong entry in the Calculate Linux forum, and they actually bared with me. They didn't overreact and say, oh, Dirk's a bad guy, just get rid of him. So they bear with me, they asked the right questions, they could actually help, and they did help, and they kept friendly, and this, I think, counts, because everybody can have a bad day, right? Not that I was in Debian, I haven't had a bad day. I just got provoked by one of these trolls in the Debian forum, and I gave him a proper response. I said, look, if you don't know what you're saying or what you're talking about, and if you can't help, that's totally fine. So just get out of my post. You know what I mean? Don't bother me here. If you don't want to help, that's fine. Just stay out of it. Yeah, and then you get banned if you tell him what he really is. But that's nowadays, that is how it is. You know, there's no more free speech, I guess. And you can't have your own opinion anymore either. But before I get carried away, as you can see, I've got tons of tools here. And for newbies, I think all they need to do, I made a video about it. This is called Porthole, and this is a graphical package manager, which is, in my opinion, really well done. So, and you can get, I mean, that's the thing, it's, Calculate Linux is based on Gentoo, and like in Arch, you find everything. You just look for it, it's there. And what this graphical manager has, the only thing you have to do, if you're a totally newbie, you install Calculate Linux first, and you don't want to tinker around, you just want to run a very reliable, stable operating system, and be a good user, and not a how is it called? Like a system mechanics. You know, you don't want You don't want to always open the HUD. You just want to go in your car, you want to do your shopping or go and visit your friends. You don't want to break down and start figuring around and, oh, what the heck? I mean, I did this too, right? I was pretty proud. And then I thought, what a waste of time. I mean, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I had to fix things because it boots up with a black screen, not Calculate Linux, so it was Arch at this time. And what the heck? So you need a different computer to have a look what was happening. Did somebody find a solution already, how to fix it, and all this stuff, and then you're working around it. I don't want that anymore, so it's a waste of time. Just for the beginning, in the 1990s, my first PC was an 8060, whatever, these very first ones, and I had 640 kilobits RAM. I had a Hercules monographic card and a monographic screen. And I started to program because DOS 3.3 was out at this time already. And every time I finished something, somebody did it already. And then I figured out, you know what, Dirk, programming your own stuff is totally useless. A permanent reinvent the wheel, so become a good user. Rather, invest some time in getting printer running, and because that was a big issue at this time. Getting printers running and all these little things, whatever you want. So back to here, not that I don't want to get carried away too much. So once you have installed Porthole, and there's a video how I explain how to do this. In this video it shows you also how to add yourself as a sudoer. And that you should do because it makes things easier. You see in NextCloud, if I would like to install this, you can just right click and then it says sudo emerge, right? So, and that will do the trick. And if it doesn't do, I think I do another video short. I made a video already. It's about use words, keywords, use flags, and all this stuff. Because some programs have some limitations or whatever. It's more meant to keep your system clean. That's what Gentoo is about. Usually Gentoo is customized for your PC, and I think Calculate did a really good job. It's fast, responsive, stable. It's everything I want it to be. And compared to Gentoo or Funtoo, I don't need to spend, let's say, 2 hours to compile Chrome. The browser, Google browser. Not that I would use it. I use Chromium. Here we go. Haha. And I use WaterFox. But I will go and make a video about WaterFox and why. And then I can run, you know, because that's again Firefox started spying. What the heck, right? I mean, what? Yeah. However, don't get carried away here, Dirk. So you have that. You can right-click. You say sudo emerge. It's asking for your password, and usually it installs it. If you see some hassle, because here there will be another little window popping up, and if that tells you some hassle, or you don't get your program on the end, so you're looking and saying, oh, where's my NextCloud client, and it didn't show up, so but I mean, here it is. Then you just go into the terminal, which is totally easy in my opinion. There are just 2 commands. One is the unmask auto write, or auto unmask write. That is the one, and dispatch conf. And after that, you just do emerge or go back in your Porthole graphical package manager, click again, and installs without any trouble. So, and I don't call that system mechanics because you do this, I don't know, maybe, I can't even say it wasn't much. It's just because I've got many special little things I run. You do this maybe 1 time out of 10, and then this is it, right? So you use your system because it's a rolling release. So you use it for many years to come. There's no need to do that ever again. So once you have everything set up what you want, there's a little list what you like. You want to have Thunderbird, WaterFox, maybe Chromium, you need Simple Scan, you want to have the HP printer installed. And then you want to listen to music, so you have Clementine, which, by the way, I think I have to make a video with what it all comes. I've got Gparted, I've got Handbrake, I've got OBS running, I've got OpenShot, and all these little things which I would like. But you install them 1 time, after that, job done. Like when I prepare stuff for my wife's computer, I know what she wants, and I don't dare forget anything. So, just to give you a hint, happy wife, happy life, right? So, keep in mind what your wife needs on the computer if you work on it. And don't find excuses, just fix it if something would not be there. Just install it, take it on the chin, and you will be fine. However, she's not watching this channel, that's why I'm so brave here, yeah? Okay, and yeah, I'll make another videos about, you see different versions here. That is pretty neat actually. Yes, you can roll back stuff on Solus. You can roll back stuff on Arch. But in my opinion, this is very, very user friendly here. So you can choose the version you want, and that is so great. And as I said, Calculate, what these developers did, in my opinion, is absolutely great. They are as close as you can be to pure Gentoo, which is wow. I like it, because there's a reason why it is fast and all this stuff. Could you run a Gentoo kernel? Yeah, you can. It's not a big deal. There are videos out that can show you how to do this, but I call that system mechanics. I do not want to do this, because the kernel which Calculate shows here is totally fine. And I mean, do I really need to squeeze out another 5 milliseconds somewhere? Not really. Buy a solid state drive and you get more than that, right? Not that I have one though, yet. However, earlier or later I will have one. But back to Calculate Linux, so they did a very good job. It's not overloaded, it's lean, it's slick, it's fast, it's stable, it's wow. And I mean, you see I use XFCE. To me, if you don't want to have trouble, you don't want to have black screens, you don't want to have things not working anymore, just get yourself XFCE. On Calculate, XFCE is like, yeah, it's just perfect. You don't have crashes, it's easy to maintain, you can easily get your programs attached to which panel you want. That's, by the way, not a docky, that's a panel, because I like to have it as a panel. I first had it to auto hide, so that means you touch it, it goes away. But with the 16:9 screens, you have that corner to spare. So, and it gives you free access to my little programs I would like to have, like your Thunderbird, Waterfox, I've got Chromium. This is just as a warning example. I will need that in a video, which I will make about spying software, spying programs. Do not use them on your system. Do not give anybody the right to spy on your system. That is outrageous. I mean, in the street there would be a punch-up going on, right? If somebody just goes, opens the door of your house, comes in and opens your drawer, you would say, what the heck, right? However, not getting carried away, this video is about newbies. Can you use it as a newbie? Calculate Linux? 100%, because it comes with a nice suite. You have LibreOffice running on it, you have everything what is there. I mean, I installed VLC, but it comes with a nice media player. Like here, if you go to multimedia, you have the SM player. Here's my OpenShot, I've installed that. I've installed OBS, otherwise I couldn't make that nice video here. Handbrake, because I download sometimes YouTube videos. That's just because I've got trouble to watch them on TV. So I just download them, and for some reason I've got actually 3 FreeNAS little boxes, which I put together myself. And one of the weaker ones has trouble with some videos, so I just throw them into Handbrake, it converts them nicely, and I make a video about that too. Then Calculate comes with Pulse Audio, which is nice. Never had trouble with it, it's just fine. I use usual VLC media player. If you need to burn a disk, XF burn, it's a nice program to burn your drive, your disks and everything. I usually don't use Deluge, I use Transmission. But I have Transmission on my FreeNAS box, because I usually download ISO files and stuff like that, just to have a look what people do and how things go. And so they just download right away on my NAS box. And Remina, that's a nice thing to do if you have virtual machines. You can just log in with Remina, like remotely. I think I will do all kind of videos about all these things, because it's very interesting. Here I've got NPass on it. NPass, I use that together with my NextCloud. All my passwords and websites and everything is on my own NextCloud, and all my NPass synchronize with that NextCloud folder. So no third party involved, it's just me actually, really. Yeah, NextCloud is some kind of third party, I guess, but it runs on my own NAS box, nobody else has its finger in it, and it's nice. And as you see, I've got already here Wine installed. And I will show you guys how to get, for example, World of Tanks running without playing on Linux, because I've got that tiny IE8 window issue. Might make a video about that too. But it's not a deal breaker, by far not. And World of Tanks is an aggressive game which makes you very angry and all this stuff. So I really don't like that anymore too much. So I use War Thunder realistic playing battles, and that actually I'm relaxed. Even if I get killed, okay, that was it. Thank you, peeps, for nothing. That's the worst I ever wrote to these people there, and there's not a big deal. I made a video about Redshift. You must have Redshift. You have only one pair of eyes, 2 eyes. Save them as best as you can. You need them for a long time. Then I've got Catfish, file search. It is a very, very nice tool. I've got something here what I call Linux tweaks, Duran, and then I usually go in, it's in settings here, and I say full text search, because for whatever I search, let's say, what do I look for? User. Users are always such an issue. So I'll just click here, and then you see it all pops up, even though it doesn't say user, right? It reads the text files. And then you see it all. This is all from my old stories. I used Antagos for a while, which was good too, but it's Arch based. And I don't want to talk anybody bad, really. But if you just want to work on a PC, you don't want to have hassle, you don't want to every time, like Windows, holy moly, you just want to do something, you fire up, oh, please do not shut this computer off because I'm updating something for 4 hours. What the heck? 4 hours, pardon me, what? I was not even asking you. What? I thought it's your computer. I do not want anybody, I mean, this is my computer, what the heck? Oh, how dare, you didn't update what I didn't want. It's my internet, it's my computer, my hardware. Yeah, nowadays Windows 10, it doesn't belong anymore to you, it's just leased, so you can't even say anymore it's my software, right? So, enjoy the freedom Linux is giving you, and Linux is by far, far, far more modern, sophisticated, developed, advanced to this Windows spying malware system you can get nowadays, and you actually pay for that. Just imagine, you pay for that. So I would think what I usually do is, if I use a distro for longer, and I do that, I use Calculate for quite some time, just donate something to these people. I mean, if you just donate, let's say you're really tight, you're Scottish, you're born that way, there's nothing you can do. So give them $1. If there are 1,000 people using it and giving them $1, they have $1,000, so they can buy some hardware, do some tests, get a coffee while they do developing a very nice operating system for you. You know what? So they have, maybe even give them $2 and they have cream in their coffee. Isn't that great? And it doesn't hurt. Does $2 hurt? Does $1 hurt? No, it really does not. I mean, if people pay hundreds of dollars for man, don't get me started. But this comes all to user friendly, right? And Newbie. Is Windows Newbie and user friendly? No, absolutely not. It does what it wants, when it wants. It keeps you from working when you need to work. It spies on you, it takes your data. There was even a case where Windows 10 uninstalled a program from somebody because in the liberty of owning their own software, it decided it might be incompatible, so they just uninstalled it. What the heck? So never, ever, ever. And if you would all need something which runs only on Windows, I guess everybody of us, we still have a Windows 7 copy, which is, I think it's a good Windows system, I mean, if there's something good from Windows, right? So from Microsoft, then Windows 7, I think it was. Just put it in a virtual box. You know, I will make a video how to get VirtualBox running here on Linux Calculate, and then how to use it, because you can easily share a folder. I mean, there are many ways how you can put stuff in, and it's totally easy to do this, and so you can do that. And the good thing is you can make a snapshot, because with Windows it's not if you get a virus, it's when, and usually it's pretty quick. You don't have to wait for that too long. So install your Windows thing in a VirtualBox, make a snapshot, and start from the snapshot all the time. Do not just process, because it's, you know, you get your Windows and the pop-ups and all this stuff. It's, yeah, so don't do it. Don't need to. So, yeah, it's Calculate, I can only say it's Calculate Linux user-friendly, 100% it is. Because the only hard thing to do, which is not hard to do, I opened it up again, is to install this graphical manager here. You do that, add yourself to sudo, and this is it. And then you watch that video, you got this done. That just takes you with everything together, watching the video, let's say 6 minutes, you got Porthole installed. Then you add yourself in 2 minutes to sudo. Job done. This is it. Then all you need to know is in the same video, there's a video about how to unmask write and dispatch.conf. Once you have this, all done. You get installed what you want. You don't have any hassle. You don't have any shortfallings, and this is it. It just works. What can happen, like this is here my gaming laptop. It's in the basement. Well, that's where I belong. And my main laptop, where I check my emails, write in the forum of Calculate Linux, check my YouTube videos, and all this stuff. That's usual where I do my work. This is where it's Calculate on too, and I've got Viber on it. Here I couldn't put Viber on. There was something with the repro, which is a normal thing. This can happen, right? But it's not as bad that it breaks you anything. It just didn't install, and I wrote it in the Calculate forum. They're looking into it. It will be fixed. No big deal. Most likely it is already fixed. It's just that my super cheap Chinese Android phone, I was with Rogers as provider, and now I changed to MTS, and they use a frequencies 2 SIM card phone can't use. Wow, man. So now I'm waiting for Santa Claus so that I get another maybe cheap one Android phone which I can use. Because I had an LG3 and I have a little plane. It's called 4-seater, but I call it glorified 2-seater. And I got stuck on a grass part. And my wife and I, we had to bounce back and forward in order to make it move with full power running. And it worked, was great. What I didn't know is my phone slipped out of my pocket between the seat, and while I was moving back and forward, an LG3 display does not have much resistance against a moving chair. So it was broken. The whole thing was actually broken. Even the metal case had bent. So they're really not meant for it, I think. Then I decided I'll buy a cheap Chinese phone. I can break that any time, and I won't be in tears so much. No, it's kind of technical breakdown. I mean, however, that was what it is. And here I made a video. I called it Solus Linux GNOME. It wasn't too much about Solus. It was really just more about the GNOME thing, because as I said here in XFCE, making a starter, create a launcher, you can even do it here on the desktop and then move it where you want, but it's absolutely easy to do this. And I will show this when I go to Waterfox video. And with GNOME, you have the difficulties. It doesn't even show anything on the desktop, so it's not a big deal. I show in a video how to do this, and it's not big magic either. So if you decide to run Calculate Linux with GNOME, you can do that. You can run it with KDE, you can run it with whatever you want, because whatever is in the Gentoo repositories, it is available at Calculate Linux. And if you get trouble, you can just go on the Calculate forum and ask people, because people help you. If you're in North America, like I'm now here, there might be a little bit delay, because lots of these people are in Europe, or European continent. Alaska's close here. If you go to Yukon, then you can go to Alaska, then you're in the States, and if you go a little further, then you can see maybe Russia. However, so they help you. It just might take a few hours delay, but as I said, I haven't encountered anything with Calculate Linux where it would stop me from doing my work. That's actually not happening. So the issues I had were fine-tuning. And fine-tuning is just make it my way and all this stuff. But having said this design here, the XFCE, which I think is a very nice, beautiful desktop, it's done by Calculate Linux. So I don't have to theme it and do this and change this. Well, I just like the way it is. It's nice. That's what I want. I just want to have an easy on the eyes operating system, which is very functional, and most important, 100% stable, doesn't let me down, doesn't do what I even didn't authorize it to do. Yeah. So then I've got my 4 screens here. I like nature. That reminds me on England. I lived in England too. That was a great time, I must say. It was very nice. The English people are great people to me. And yeah, I missed England far more than I missed Germany. However, but that's it. And I've got here another picture. Yeah, that could be everywhere. But these are usually the walkways you have in England, but they're more on the side, like that. So then, one day I might walk on this wall. That's what I wanted to do. That's on my bucket list. If I ever get there, if the world is holding up that long with all the things going on, I'm going to do it. You see, I made that transparent here, so I don't have my time here, but that doesn't really matter. I know where it is. And some little things. You don't have to make it transparent. I just did it. But I can show these little things too, these little customizations, what I do without you becoming a system mechanic, because I don't want that. I want an operating system. I want to install it. I want to work with it. It should work every time when I boot it up, and it should only do updates if I wanted to update. And this is it, because I might not have the time to update it. So I do my job, do everything done, then I click update. And the thing is, that's the advantage again from Calculate. You don't have to sit there and wait for hours to get it compiled, right? So in that moment then Calculate has binaries on it, and that makes it so easy. So your update is not for hours, yeah? It just goes quick. It goes almost as fast as Arch. Arch is still faster in updates, I must say. But the price is too high for me. So Arch is, like if you only worked fixed Arch in 2 hours, you did already a good job. That was a good day. It's a little bit injustice what I do here. That's okay. I mean, for me, Arch ran for a long time, but I always had to fix something. There was always something breaking down. You had to roll back stuff. You had to fix something. You changed your logging screen manager, the SDDM and stuff like that, just to get it running. I don't have that in Calculate Linux. I never had it. I don't have it, and I don't think I will ever get it. And yeah, so it's a nice operating system, very reliable, very stable, very fast, in my opinion. I mean, just I'm recording here, so that takes, of course, some power away, but it's so neat, it's so nice. Boink. And you see I've got all my symlinks here. I think I spoke about it. I might show it again, how I did it and why I did it. And then I can use gparted to show how my drive is partitioned. See, I got Arch here, I've got Solus here, I've got Linux Lite. And the reason I have Linux Lite here and Solus is because these two distros, they work with my gaming computer, which has 2 graphic cards, an Intel graphic card and a Optimus graphic card. And they can install the Nvidia driver. With them it works. It should be possible with Gentoo Calculate Linux, and it should also be possible with Arch, but I don't want to be a system mechanic, so I did a bad choice, bought this laptop, now I have to bite the bullet, take it on the chin. Like here I will play my War Thunder game on it, and I'll play War Thunder more now than World of Tanks, because it's more relaxing. I want to have a good game, right? It's the same what I do with my distros. I want to have a working thing, I want to have fun and want to enjoy my work, and not get annoyed and stuff like that, like what you have when you play World of Tanks. Everybody's swearing and oh, holy moly, is that toxic, that game. It became that way. It's just reflecting the management, in my opinion, but that's how it is. I think they want it that way. Ooh, they lose the player base like an old man hair. Wow. I mean, I was 4 years with World of Tanks, and man, did this started well. And then, oh man, all of a sudden, the elbow fighters came in, kicked the capable people out of the company, and now we have a bunch of, I don't know, money beggars, poisoners. You can't say that either, because you will be banned on the forum, because you can't tell the truth. As soon as you say something criticized, you're bad. You will be banned. You can't do that. It's all good. No, it's actually not. So, however, but Calculate Linux is good, that I can say, and I'm very satisfied with the system. Yes, I would put it on my wife's computer. I'm going to do this actually. She has a school computer now, a school laptop, and it runs Windows 10. I mean, how can any IT manager or IT technician talk about data security and privacy and data protection and run a Windows system? There is no such thing with Windows anymore. There is no data protection. And I mean, it's written in a EULA, and they ask you to sign it, and you do it, so you agree that they can take data off your system. They call it basic data, but what is that? Looking at the history, where people called Microsoft products like Word 4, I think it was, started calling home. What the heck has a text editor to call home about, right? I mean, yeah, everybody knows there's no more secret, and they just made it legal, and it seems to work. I mean, I learned that if you have something in your contract which is against federal law, it becomes illegal. I mean, it gets ignored. It doesn't mean anything. You signed it, but it's not legal, so it doesn't mean anything, right? That seems to be gone nowadays. But I don't want to get political here. I mean, this world is upside down. So it's great to have in these times an operating system like Calculate Linux. I mean, it's a long video, I'm so sorry guys, but I get carried away every now and then, and I think it is important, and you can't stress that enough. People, protect your privacy. Yeah, you got nothing to hide, but does that mean if you have nothing to say you should lose your free speech? By no means. Just protect your privacy. You don't need to run any bought operating system anymore. You know, look, I mean, Linux has everything what all the other operating systems have, plus more. And you have a few million people around the globe checking for security leaks. So if somebody does something funky, that's out in no time. That's next to impossible here. If somebody would spy something, you know, like people thought the Chinese distro is called Deepin or whatever, they thought, that might be spy, because, you know, all the, oh yeah, everybody's bad. You know, the politicians tell you who is bad, so you don't have to think anymore. It's not true. And we humans are all the same. Usually, if you're not one of these power-hungry people, you just want to live, you want to do your job, you want to go home, have some peace and freedom, enjoy yourself a little bit. That's what we want. We don't want to fight people and kill them, and because everybody is bad. By no means. So, and then, what is his name? Well, whatever, I have to search for that name. He looked into it. He's a system manager, and he couldn't find any trace that this operating system was spying. Because it's impossible, because there are people looking into it. If a distro comes out, be aware, I mean, be assured, there are lots of people looking if it is legit, if it is okay, or if they do funky stuff. If somebody would do funky stuff, it goes around in the Linux community in no time. Everybody will know. And then this is it. You're done. Right? So, yeah. Back to Calculate Linux. I'm happy to have it. It's responsive, it's fast, it's nice. You don't have to figure around much. Actually, it's not much. It's just install it. The installer guides you through the installation very easily, very nice. It's easy for a newbie, in my opinion. And this is all installed on real hardware, right? Because if you install it in Linux, in a virtual box, you never encounter the problems you actually have. Like Fedora, I can easily install it in a virtual box, no problem. Can I install it on my gaming laptop? No, it just crashes. It doesn't do it. And I think that's all due to my 2 graphic cards. Not that Fedora is bad, but it doesn't do it. And as I said, you know, I stick usually to something what is good. I had Corona running on my other daily driver laptop, which I have upstairs, where I do all my little things. And there were all glitches. You know, there was something, as I said, I have a wireless mouse. When the computer sleeps, you wake it up, the mouse doesn't work anymore. Unplugging the dongle and putting it back in doesn't fix it. A reboot fixes it. But if I want to reboot, I use Windows, right? If you don't want to work, if you just want to fight problems you haven't had before, have a Windows computer. So, but if you don't want this, you need something which works. And Calculate Linux just works. It doesn't do any funky stuff. It just works. So that's why I use it. And that's why I would recommend it for newbies too. If you just want to do your stuff, watch your YouTube videos, Google around, read blogs, you can even watch Netflix if you want, you can check your emails, games, everything is possible. There are only limitations like in any other. If a game doesn't exist, you can't play it, this is it. And some Windows games, and as I said, I'm not supporting any Windows applications. I would never buy anything what runs only on Windows. Did that in the past, was a mistake. So now, I mean, Steam is out for Linux, and lots of companies port out their stuff now to Linux because they have recognized that Linux users are actually advanced. In my opinion, the whole system is just so much better. However, I think I might have to cut that video into 2, but I won't. I'll put it just up. So I made it short in the beginning, right? I asked, can I recommend Calculate Linux for newbies? Yes, I can. End of the video. Everything else is just a little bit talking about why I would use Calculate Linux and why it is good for a newbie, because it protects a newbie too, who doesn't even know about all the security leaks or what programs do in the background. Just go for it. Yeah, you're in good hands here. This is a good program, good operating system, and it comes with good programs. Except that is not a good one anymore. You know, and do not support anybody spying on you. What the heck? How would you give a thief some money so that they can buy better equipment to crack your safe or whatsoever? No. Well, what the world seems to do this? Like, if all people would have said no to EULA from Windows 10, Microsoft would have to change a course, right? But they don't, because nowadays people don't think anymore. Oh, yeah, this is what it is. No, that's not what it is. You don't have to. You don't need to. And there are alternatives. And that's not an alternative. Windows is not even an alternative anymore to a Linux distribution, because Linux is so far advanced in the last years. It's so far in the front. I mean, with Windows it was always, if you want to see what Windows 11 will bring to you, just check the innovations what Mac did. That was how it was. Now I would think, like you see KDE Plasma, they are running the development so fast. Comes with a price, of course, in my opinion. Comes unstable, has glitches and stuff like that. But they're innovating a lot, and everybody's just running behind them now. So GNOME is destroying everything they have. Like the file manager is just purely basic. I'm surprised it actually opens and you can see files. How could you do this? But however, I mean, as I said, the world is upside down and everybody likes it. Like lots of people like to have just a black screen with some writing. That's what I had when I started with computers. There was no graphical interface. How do I want it again? No! Why would I? Why the heck? You know, like the old cars. They're nice to see, but would I like to drive one of these old timers where you sit in rain and weather out? No! I would like to have my heating running, and I would like to sit in a comfortable seat, and I would like to have some safety around me. Oh, that's why I don't want to have a terminal interface. Yeah, what the heck? What for? No. Have some cream in your coffee. Do not just have it all black if you don't need to, right? And I think we grow this all out. However, so that was a long talk, long chat. I don't think that people watch this video to the end and hear me here now. But it doesn't really, it should matter. It actually should matter, because I think that what I try to bring across here is very, very, very important. And lots of people underestimate this. So, protect your privacy, guys. Protect your privacy. Even if you have nothing to hide. I mean, what do I have special? Can't even remember. You know, TV shows are that bad. You can't watch them anymore, so that is out. So all I have here is games and stuff like that. But they are legal. That's all good, because they're online games. You have to log in and stuff like that. You can't use illegal stuff anymore. You don't need to. That's the beauty. If you run Linux, you don't need to. You don't have to buy an Office suite for money. You just get LibreOffice. Does everything you want, has a writer, has an Excel sheet or calculations. It has kind of a PowerPoint presentation or a presentation software. There's everything available. And as I said, you know, if you use it a lot, go to the LibreOffice website and give them $1. You know, dollar sounds not much. It is not much for the individual. But if 10,000 people give them $1, that all the developers from LibreOffice, they will sit there and have cream in their coffee all of a sudden. Yeah, they're developing your nice writer system or your new Excel sheet program, and have all of a sudden they have some sugar in their coffee and cream. And it cost you $1. Is that bad? No, it's not bad. So it's okay to give something back. It's still better than paying, I don't know, $150 for a subscription, which runs out after a year. What the heck, what? Yeah? So no, you don't have that here. So don't be too tight, give back to the community. Doesn't cost you much, doesn't hurt you. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's the thing. Do it when you can, when you're able to do it. If you're in trouble in a moment, finance-wise, just don't do it. Don't have a bad feeling about it. It's not a big deal. But when you can, if you can do it, give it $1. Not bad. I mean, as I said, just look at this. It's a totally free operating system, maintained by the Calculate team, and yeah, stable, reliable, everything available. It's just great. So don't forget the Calculate team too. So if you have $1 left over, or euro, or yen, or ruble, or whatever exists, just give them something. They will be happy. We won't be judged if it is just $1. You won't be judged if you don't give anything either. You don't have to be judged for nothing really like that. But it's okay to show your appreciation for the work, right? And as I said, I mean, just look at the system. It runs, I don't know, for quite some time. Uptime, yeah, this one is just 16 hours because I booted in a different system yesterday in Solus to make that GNOME video. Otherwise this would run, and doesn't make any, you don't get faults, it's not degenerating with every time you wake it up. It just keeps running. So, that was a long talk. It wasn't meant to be that way. I don't know, I have to get some self-discipline, I think, but it all pops in my mind, and that all pops in my mind when I think about a newbie. That means somebody who is not an IT guy. I worked in IT for quite some time. I was growing up with computers, and people who don't even have an idea how their privacy gets invaded. And if you go to Calculate Linux, you don't have that. Yes, you can install something like Firefox, which will collect your clicks and all this stuff. But then you see a video like mine, and there are many other people who figure that out and say, don't use it anymore. Do not let support programs invading your privacy. That's a no-go. It's the same when you install Thunderbird on Calculate Linux. It installs with the Enigma add-on. And the Enigma add-on is an encryption tool for GPG. I will get there too, because I used GPG for a long time. But people nowadays, they don't write letters anymore in an envelope so that the postman can't read it. They write postcards. So I use Proton Mail. That at least goes out encrypted. And if somebody wants to read it, they go on a Proton site and have to put the password in, and then they can read it. So at least there's some encryption. Not that it is really important stuff I'm writing. There's nothing really secret. I'm just not in a position to know any secrets, and I don't want to be. But I don't want anybody to read it either. This is it. This is mine. Yeah, that's, it's a no-go. You can't have it. So it's mine. And it gives me a good feeling too. However, so I got to cut that video short. I have no idea how long I was talking already. I could keep going. I think I have to make shorter videos about security and stuff like this. So, but however, if you're a newbie, if you want to run Linux, even if you run Linux the first time, I think if you use Calculate Linux XFCE, you will be surprised that how comfortable it is. That you can run it like it's more like an old Windows platform, right? And that's what people are used to. I like my panel on the top. Usually it comes on the bottom, but you can unlock it. You go in here, you say panel, and then you say panel preferences, and then you can say unclick lock. And then you go to that corner, and then you move it down. And then you have your typical Windows setup, which I do not like, because for some reason it makes me uncomfortable looking down all the time. So, I'll put it back on. You can put it to the right side, left side, whatsoever. I mean, I like this second panel here, and that is what you can put it on the bottom if you like. If you come from Mac, you just go here, then you say panel preference, then you have to go and say horizontal, there it is, and unlock it, and then you move it around, and then you grab it and put it here. Now you have a Mac. No, I don't like a Mac. It's first of all, the kernel is kind of Linux based, so why would I buy a copy? Is it more secure than Windows? Yes, but I mean, I'll make an extra video I think about this. Is going too far, it's going too much detail. However, but if you come from a Mac, you can have your thing, and there's Docky, which gives you, or Plank, which gives you some animations. I don't really animation, I would just want it simple. I like it simple. I just have my stuff here, I go over it, I can click and open what I want when I want it, and it opens. I mean, look at this, how nice that is. You push the button, it's there. So if I would have a solid state drive, I would think that if I open the Excel sheet, it goes even. Look how fast that is. With an SSD, it might be right there. However, so as newbie, yes, you can use Calculate Linux. Will you have trouble? Not really. You do one time the installation of the graphical package manager, then you make your little text file where you put in the unmask autowrite or autowrite unmasked function. Then you have this dispatch.conf, which you answer with a URL. And after that you can install what you want, and it just works fine, so you will not have any trouble. Does it sound much? No, it's not really much, because you do it one time and then job is done. And then you run your system for years, and there's no need to update this every year, every 4 years or whatsoever. It's a rolling release, it updates, every time when something happens you get security updates. If there are upgrades in performance of programs or additional functions and stuff like that, that all works like a charm. Can you roll back? Yes, you can roll back. Let's say VirtualBox came out with, there was one version which gave people some hassle, and they just rolled back, and you can do exactly the same on Calculate Linux. So, in my opinion, with Calculate Linux, I don't think it will ever let you down. You should never say never, but the chance is so little. And compared to what is on the market, you do a good job. If you have Calculate Linux, it will do a good job for you. It doesn't let you down. Okay, this is it now. I cut that video short, and I have to make some security videos or talk a little bit about what nowadays companies think they are allowed to do. And yeah, they go away, so it seems they are allowed nowadays. Or how that happened, I have no idea. You don't pay your parking ticket, there's an officer coming to your door. And if you still don't pay, you get locked up. But I think as higher the crime, as lesser is the punishment. And if you do a proper crime, then there is no punishment anymore. Well, yeah, as I said, it seems the world is upside down. I'm holding tight here on my chair because I want to sit upside down. Okie dokie. I hope you liked that video. Sorry it's a little bit long. But yes, it's user-friendly. Yes, you can use it. Will you have trouble? No, you won't. That little installation of the graphical package manager is nothing compared to the first problem you will have with Windows, or the first virus you catch on Windows, which infects your whole system, and forget about it. Just don't go there. Get Calculate Linux, have a good computer life, do your stuff, be happy and glad, and have no regrets. Okay, so this was it. Sorry it's that long, guys. I would promise if I could hold it that I'll make the next video shorter, but that might not work. We will see. Okay, dokie, bear with me, guys. Write in the comments what you think. Maybe even some subjects I could cover with my little knowledge I have, but I've got some experience, and I'm aware of some things which some people are not aware of, so I can shine some lights in it. There are other channels that do that too, but I try to be a little bit more specific here on Calculate Linux. Yeah, it's Gentoo based. You can have a Gentoo kernel if you want to, but there's really no need to do this. Why reinvent the wheel all the time and squeezing out 5 milliseconds? Yeah, no, not worth my time anymore. If you don't have nothing to do, then yeah, go for it. Or it's purely your hobby, sure, why not? But no, user-friendly, yes. Would I install it on my wife's laptop? Yes, I would, and actually I will. And I won't be able to make a video on this because I would be in trouble. That cannot be done. But I can give the state at what it is and how my wife likes it and how it works for her. By the way, she likes the XFCE environment too, which is perfect for me because it won't give her any hassle. And it's flexible, customizable, it's nice, absolutely nice. All you need is a stable platform where it runs on, which provided here by Calculate Linux. And go for it. Yeah, give it a shot, and you will most likely never leave it because there's just no reason. Okay, this is it now. Man, this is done now. I got a job to do here. Okay, guys, hope to see you soon. All the best. Cheers. Bye-bye.